Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm mascot be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke, and we're glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we bring you the home opener for your boys volleyball team as they get ready to take on the Granite City Warriors. Once again, my name is Todd Duke. Welcome in to the pregame show brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. We're a little early. The JV game went just 2 sets. Granite City took both of them, but they were both close sets, 25-22 and 25-20. That last game, Granite City won with a walk-off kick. Believe it or not, they kicked the ball over the net, and it fell into the empty spot on the floor, and that gave Granite City their 25th point, and that takes us into the varsity game. I want to say a big hello to Jenna Scheller on the other microphone. She's going to provide us a little color commentating tonight. She knows more about volleyball in her little finger than I know in my whole body, so we appreciate the help. How are you, dear?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So tell me, what do you like about volleyball? What's the attraction?
It's just a fun environment. Every single point, like, points go by fast, and every single time there's someone cheering for something, so yeah, it's an exciting game.
Now, be honest with me. Do you understand every aspect of the game of volleyball?
Most
Rules and
of them.
everything?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
A little
okay.
rusty. Just
All
got
right.
out of basketball, but I should be good.
All right, well, we're going to test that knowledge tonight as we move along here, and Jenna will join us throughout this match against Granite City. So Collinsville comes in at 0-1, so does Granite City. Collinsville coached by Mike Nichols. Of course, Collinsville just in their second season as a boys volleyball program, and Nichols was the coach last year as well as this year. Justin Warren is the head coach of Granite City. He is in his 16th year, and he has been the only coach in Granite City Warriors program history, and he brings with him a record of 68 wins and 178 losses. Collinsville coming off of a season opening loss in Jackson, Missouri to Saxony Lutheran High School in 5 sets on Tuesday night as year number 2 of high school boys volleyball begins here at Collinsville. The inaugural season for the volleyball program saw Collinsville finish with a 8-13 record. The Warriors are in Collinsville tonight for their first road game of the season after opening up the year at home with a 2-set loss against Belleville East. Granite City is coming off of a 4-17 campaign 1 year ago and are looking for their first winning season since going 15-11 back in 2019. A 11-10 season in 2009 is the only other winning season in the 15 previous years. The Warriors' 2022 season came to a close with a first round 2-set loss to Alton in the regional playoffs that were at Alton, and last year Granite City had 5 of their matches out of their whole schedule go 3 sets, and Granite City won 2 of those and lost 3 of those. Last year started for Collinsville with a win over Saxony Lutheran right here on this very floor. Collinsville ended up winning 3 of their first 4 matches, then had to suffer through a 4-game losing streak. Kahawks again then rattled off 3 of 4 in the win column, then came another 4-game winless streak before they picked up the program's first Southwestern Conference win, a 2-1 win over Alton. That first season came to a close for Collinsville with a loss to Belleville East in the regional play-in game, and they beat Father McGivney before losing in the regional semifinal to Belleville East. Collinsville had 2 of their matches go to 3 sets, the one against Alton, which they won, and the one against Father McGivney, which they won. So the Collinsville Kahawks ended up going 2-0 in the sets that are the matches that went 3. I had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with Collinsville's head coach Mike Nichols. That conversation will pass along to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Softwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time, and honestly I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue, new injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. It is the home opener for your Kahok boys volleyball team as they enter their second year playing boys volleyball in the region. And joining us now is second-year head coach Mike Nichols. Let's talk about last year for a moment. Your first year doing this as a head coach in the inaugural season of the boys volleyball program. So tell me your thoughts on that first year.
The second half of the season was a lot of fun. We got our first conference win against Alton, and then we won our first postseason game against Father McGivney, who had beat us twice during the regular season. So we finished on a nice high note.
Tell me a little bit about the preparation and the difference that the 2 years makes, with last year being the first year ever in the program, and now you've had a year under your belt. Has things kind of gotten a little bit easier for you in the second year?
Yes and no. The guys that played last year realized how much faster the varsity game was, so the experience for them was great. But then we got 3 new guys, a couple basketball players, and they've never played volleyball at a competitive level ever. So they're still catching up with that experience, but we're looking forward to growing each game this season and see what happens.
How about from the logistics standpoint, from the head coach's standpoint, things seem to be moving a little smoother for you?
Yeah, I've had a lot of support here at the school. I've had a lot of support from the girls team coaches. So as far as all the behind-the-scenes stuff goes, it's went pretty good.
Tell me a little bit about the assistant coaches that are under you this year and what they bring to the program.
Coach B, she is doing great with the JV team. She coaches with the girls team also. Elise Hallbrooks is the freshman girls coach. She's been working a lot with our setters. That's what she played when she was here in high school. It's been great having both of them around.
All right, talk to me about the beginning of the year, which started on Tuesday night with a little road trip to Jackson and the loss to Saxony. Sounds like it was a very interesting game. They won the first 2, you win the next 2, and then you got to go to that third one.
Yeah, the worst part of that night was a 2-hour bus ride. They actually play 5 sets in Missouri, so we went 5 sets with them. They took care of business the first 2. We were a little green in the face, but we got a little better every set. It was a lot of fun. Set 5 ended up going to overtime. They won 17-15, but we had a lot of fun, and we got better each point.
All right, so that leads us into tonight. So you have Granite City here at home. Granite City, they're here right now where you guys are going to be next year. They graduated 10 seniors from last year's team. You are loaded with seniors this year, so tell me how that is an advantage for your team.
Well, the experience, all those guys started the program here 4 years ago. We had our COVID season that got canceled. We had a JV season, last year's first varsity season. So I got a lot of guys that have played 4 years with me. So it'll be very disappointing when we have to graduate them, but they're moving on to bigger and better things. But this year we can focus on and have a lot of fun.
Tell me how the transition has gone for the basketball guys over to volleyball now. It's kind of a short in-between season for them.
I think they've really bought into the game. Stanley, the other day at practice, we were playing, and he looked over. He's like, "Coach, volleyball goes kind of hard." I'm like, yeah, Stanley, it is a lot of fun. So they're competitive guys. And if you got competitive athletic guys, we can teach them a new game.
All right, talk to me about Granite City. What do you remember from them last year that you can use to your advantage here tonight?
They played us really well last year. They didn't make a lot of errors, and they made us beat them.
Tell me what you want to see from your guys tonight.
We got to keep the ball in play. Of the 108 points Saxony scored on Tuesday, 61 were off our errors. So if we keep the ball in the court, we'll be all right.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mike Nichols, your Collinsville Kahok boys volleyball head coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll set the starting rosters for both sides, and then we'll have the start of this game between Collinsville and Granite City. That comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Shockwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, We ship stlouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Just about ready to go here between Collinsville and Granite City for the Kahawks home opener, boys volleyball program year number 2. Here are your starters. We'll begin with Granite City. Their libero will be Zach Rush. He is a 5'9 junior. Chris Taylor, a 6'1 senior, is an outside hitter. The other outside hitter is Luke Stepanek, who is a 6'1 junior. Your middle blockers are Jaden Moore, a 6'2 sophomore, and John Williams, a 6' sophomore. Your setter is Michael Atkins, a 6' senior. Did I miss anybody? Oh, yeah, the right side here. That would be Tannen Nenninger. He is a 6' sophomore. For your Collinsville Kahawks, they will trot out onto the floor. Their libero, Matthew Falby, a 5'11 senior. Your outside hitters for Collinsville is Jack Geisen, a 6' senior, as well as John Carl, the 6' senior. Your middle hitters are Stanley Carnahan, the 6'6 sophomore, and Jake Wilkinson, the 6'4 senior. Your right side setter is Tyrone Ely, the 6'6 senior, and your setter is Luke Geisen, a 5'11 senior. Jenna Scheller joins us once again. How many of those guys you know? You know all of them, don't you?
Yeah, we all have lots of classes together.
Lots of classes together. Were you, how often were you able to come out here last year and check out the first year of the boys volleyball program?
I saw a good amount of their games last year. I got to see their last one too, so it was pretty fun.
Yeah, that Father McGivney one?
Yeah.
Always nice when you can win in the playoffs. I just wish it was in a regional semifinal instead of a play-in game, but we'll get there, All right, so guys to keep an eye on here. How about Luke Geisen? Luke Geisen comes into this year after last year serving up 90%. He had 90 serves and only 9 service errors in the process. John Carl, 1.5 kills per game last year, and Matthew Falby on the receiving end of serves. He put up a robust 92%, so those guys are back. Now, Granite City, they graduated 10 seniors last year, so they only bring back 2 guys that have varsity experience in Michael Atkins and Luke Stepanek. So Granite City is kind of like, I guess, a rebuild. Every year is a rebuild for high school sports because you graduate people every year. So, you know, kind of a rebuild, retool, reprocess, whatever the case may be. Collinsville, they're out there on the left side of your screen. They're dressed in white. They have numbers on their backs in purple. Word Kahawks are over the tops of those numbers on their backs. And the libero, Matthew Falby, the only one out there wearing the purple jersey for Granite City. They are dressed out there all in black. They have names and numbers in white on the backs, just trimmed in white. The word Warriors along the backs of their jerseys. And their libero, Zach Rush, who has already gone to the bench, is wearing the only red jersey out there. How are the nerves in the first game of the year at home? You get nervous?
Oh, yeah. Lots of nerves.
All right, well, Collinsville beat Granite City twice last year to pick up 2 of those 8 wins on the season. So we'll see if Collinsville can keep up that little early dominance, if you will, over a program. The only team last year they beat twice was the Granite City Warriors. So We'll see if they can make it 3 times. I know that the saying in sports is it hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. We're trying to do this twice last year, once this year, so kind of not the same, but almost the same. If that makes any sense. Sometimes, Jenna, I don't make sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Hey, congratulations to Kira Van Dyke. She scored the first Lady Kahok's goal of the year in soccer across the way, and right now that soccer match over there is 1-1 at halftime with Belleville East. So nice to see the Lady Kahawks get off the snide there and not be able to pick up that first goal until their 4th game of the year. So once they get the 1, the floodgates have opened, right? All right, we're underway. Warriors get the first point. And back to serve once again is Michael Atkins, the 6-foot senior setter. We told you he is one of 2. That's out. And it was almost played over there by Matthew Falvey. It's a good thing he didn't touch it, and Collinsville ties this thing at 1. How much do they tell you? How much do they harp on that in practice? Ball over your head when you're playing that back line.
You can be told it many times, and it still just won't click sometimes.
Yeah. Off the top of the head, Stanley Carnahan. Off the top of the head of Michael Atkins, and Collinsville has their first lead at 2-1 as Jack Geisen is back to serve. Jack, I don't remember him playing last year, just Luke did, so maybe this is his first year. But Collinsville is going to be in the same boat that Granite City was in last year because the Kahawks have a lot of seniors on this year's squad. Here's a setup for Ely, and that was rejected. Comes back to him, and now Ely standing out of bounds gets it over, and the libero Rush takes care of it. And Granite City gets it back over. Falvey setting it up for Geisen. Geisen all the way over, and a nice job by Carl to get that one over. Carl's the one out there with the headband. I have no idea what Ely's got in his hair. Looks like a couple of...
got some beads.
Beads, is that what it is?
Yeah.
From up here, it looks like baby's breath. Collinsville up 3-1. Another nice job there. And back to serve once again is Jack Geisen. Serve goes over into the back line, picked up by Rush. Looked like he almost held on to it. And a couple of people probably thought that as well. Here is a setup for Carl. Carl with a big kill. Ooh, boy. I wouldn't want to be on the other end of that.
Me neither.
Geisen back to serve it up once again. Collinsville, after trailing 1-0, has rattled off 4 straight points. Into the back row it goes, and then almost a little sleepiness over there by Granite City, and a
double
2-touch penalty, and 5-1 in favor of Collinsville. 5 straight points. So Jack Geisen back there enjoying a little service time. That one's almost picked up off the ground, almost hit the ground, and then back at another kill shot. Well, I tell you what, Carl, he eyed that one all the way, didn't he?
Yeah, he knew exactly where he wanted that to go.
Sometimes you get those balls and, you know, you're just waiting over there for it to come to you, and then it does, and you either A, don't know what to do with it, or B, you just kill it. Popped up on the back. Rush will send it up front for Granite City and then push back over. Now Falvey sets it up. Geisen over to Ely.
Nice.
Ely with a big kill. Collinsville racking up the kills here. 7 straight points unanswered. Timeout called by Granite City. We'll step aside for just a moment as well. Back after a brief timeout on the Kahok Sports
Your
Network.
home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y expert. Go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Todd Duke and Jenna Scheller along with you. So, Jenna, right off the bat, what do you see here from Collinsville?
They are working together, and they're putting that ball down like it's easy. They're doing really good.
And it's not easy, is it?
No, it is
not as easy as they make it look right now, that's for sure. And Collinsville's off to a 7-1 lead. They gave Granite City the first point and have not given up one since. 7 straight points off of the serves here from Jack Geisen. We just need him to score an ace now, right?
Yeah, that would be nice. Really showing out for his first time.
Yeah, picked up by Rush, and another double hit by Granite City. And that's 8 straight now for Collinsville. And a 8-1 lead. Unanswered. Another serve coming up for Jack Geisen. He sends it right into the middle. Rush picks it up, sends it up front, and then pushed over by Granite City. Hard to see their numbers with those white outlines. They were bold white. I'd be able to tell a lot better. Rush takes care of it in the background, and then a little miscommunication over here on this near side sideline. And that ball falls right in between the two players. That would be Chris Taylor and John Williams. And that's 9 in a row now by Collinsville. Here's the next serve by Geisen. What a screamer over the net. Picked up by Rush. Give him a lot of credit. And then a little flub with the ball by Nenninger up front. And Collinsville out front now 10-1.
I don't see much being able to get past Tyrone's block. He gets up.
Yes, he does. Geisen with another serve into the back line. That one kind of caught the Granite City player up in the shoulder area. Falby sets it up for Carl. Carl off of a partial block up front. Granite City with a chance to get another point here, and they do not, as that ball was hit too hard out of bounds by Nenninger. So 11 straight points now for Collinsville. Oh, they gave that one to, Huh?
I'm guessing there was a touch, but I didn't see anything.
How could there have been a touch? That ball went screaming over the net. I didn't think anybody got a hand on it. All right, well, that was 10 in a row by Collinsville. It comes to a close. Here is the serve. Falby picks it up. Geisen sets it up for Carl on the far side, off of a partial block all the way into the back line, saved by Stepanek. And then into the middle, Geisen to Geisen. Luke to Jack, or Jack to Luke, one of the two. That ball goes over, and it's 11-2 now in favor of Collinsville. I tell you what, with all these basketball guys on this team this year too, this team has gained some height.
Yeah, they sure have. And all three of them over 6 foot.
Yeah, Solomon Talbot played on the JV squad earlier tonight. He was on the JV team most of the time for basketball, 6'10". Stanley Carnahan has already made his presence felt, 6'6", as Collinsville serves that one into the net. There's one of those unforced errors that Coach Nichols was talking about in the pregame interview. Geisen to Ely. Ely gets it over, partial block, ends up going straight to the ground, and Collinsville up 12-3. Anything about basketball translate over to volleyball? Rebounding?
Going up with your arms up, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that one is out, but that had a little knuckle action on it from Ely. Ely led the team in blocks last year. 12-4 in favor of Collinsville. And a couple of substitutions going on for Granite City. Their roster's not that big. They had 3 guys on the bench after their starters. So as I mentioned, they lost 10 seniors to graduation last year. That's a big hit. Serve coming from Granite City, picked up by Ely. Spins over to the far side for Carl. Carl ends up getting it over the net. Blocked back over by Luke Geisen.
He's been ready for that one. He was waiting.
As John Carl, the 6-foot senior, comes back to serve. Looking like the Karate Kid back here with that headband on. 13-4 in favor of Collinsville. Ely goes to the bench, and Andrew Dedman, a 5'2" senior, comes in. Boy, you trade a lot of height there, don't you? 6'6" to 5'2".
Oh, wow.
That serve went out of bounds. So another point just given to Granite City here. What did he say there was in that interview? I saw your face when you mentioned it. Of 108 points, 61 of them were by errors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. And speaking of errors, Chris Taylor hits that one right into the net for Granite City. So 14-5 now in favor of Collinsville as Dominic Vanderite comes into the game for the first time. He'll come back and serve. Also, Carnahan comes back in. And the serve from Collinsville on the way. Popped up into the near side sideline, moved up front, and then set up, but a double hit once again by Granite City. That's what, the 3rd time?
Yeah, I think
here
so.
in this first match. 15-5 in favor of Collinsville, trying to make quick work of this first set. Trying to pick up their first win as both the varsity and the JV team lost against Saxony Lutheran on Tuesday. JV lost a close one here tonight, 25-22 and 25-20, so varsity trying to pick up a slack and give us a little bit of something in the win column, and there you go, Jack Geisen. That'll be the softest kill shot you'll ever see. Vanderite back to serve it up once again. 16-5 in favor of Collinsville. All the way to the back. Rush picks it up, moves it up front, sent up by Moore. And then that was blocked out. I don't even think that was going to make it over the net off of Caden Yarber. Looked like it was going to hit the top of the net, but Collinsville blocked it anyway. And it's now 17-5. Vanderite sends another pop fly out to center field. Moved up front. Sent over to the near side by Lakin. Shoved over. Granite City takes care of it. And picked up by Collinsville. And a chance there. That's off of a partial block. Well, they're going to...
Yeah, there was a touch.
Nope. Yeah. Your head coach said it was out of bounds. Katie McCarthy, or Katie Cease now, excuse me, is one of the judges over here on this far side corner to determine if it goes in or out, and that ball definitely went out. It was only a question of whether it was touched first or not.
I guess she saw the touch too, so I guess it works out.
18-5, picked up into the back, and Granite City back to work trying to get another point. That's not going to happen because that was way out of bounds, right into the feet of Mike Nichols. And Granite City, their JV team, picking up that win with that kicked ball.
Oh.
That's I've seen a kicked ball before stay in play, but I've never seen a kicked ball go over the net, hit the ground for a match win.
I didn't get it for a match win, but my freshman year I got a point like that.
Did you?
Yeah, it's one of my highlights.
There you go. 19-6. And here comes Jake Wilkinson, the 6'4". Well, it didn't last very long, did it? He gets brought into the game, and then he immediately goes to the bench as they usher in Matthew Falby, the libero, again. So back to serve, it is Tyler Lakin for Granite City. Tyler sends a pop fly over to the near side. That's out of bounds. 20-6 in favor of Collinsville. So out goes 5'2", in comes 6'6". Ely back into the game. There's a serve by Luke Geisen. Rush picks it up and taken care of by Granite City. They'll send it over to the line, but that's in. Joey Rauch wasn't sure if it was going to go in or out. He let it go, and it just stayed in bounds. 20-7. Collinsville still comfortably out front.
Luke has a nice float serve.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job of that last year. As I mentioned, 90 serves and only 9 errors. So not bad. Here is Michael Atkins back to serve for Granite City. Sends one to Rauch, who subs it up to Geisen, who gives to Carnahan, and Carnahan gets it over. Sent back over. Rauch saves it. Nicely done. That one's going to go out of bounds, though, but still, good job on the save. Can't fault the effort, never fault the effort.
That's one thing they do have. They definitely have effort. They're all going for everything.
Atkins with another serve and stays on that far sideline. Rauch sends it over, and now Ely all the way in the back. That's out. And Collinsville kind of giving away a few points here. But they have an 11-point lead to the Kahawks. Another serve coming up here for Michael Atkins, the 6-foot senior. He is one of 3 seniors now on this year's team. Collinsville picks that point right back up, and back into the game comes John Carl. To the benches, Joey Rauch. Back to serve, Jack Geisen. He was back there for 10 straight points earlier in this game. Rush picks it up, sends it up front for Granite City. Over to the far sideline. That's blocked, and it ends up going out of bounds, so the point belongs to Granite City. 21-10, Collinsville. Luke Stepanek back to serve for the Warriors. We have to wait for young Mr. Luke Geisen to tie his shoe. Luke helped us out during your volleyball season, did a couple of games with me. Carl sends it up front. Luke over to the side, and that's out of bounds. Try as he might, Ely was not going to be able to get to that one. The referee had a better chance at getting to that one. 21-11, 10-point lead now for Collinsville. Stepanek serves it up again. Over to the far sideline. That one never had a chance. It never got very far at all. And it's now 21-12. Stepanek with another serve. Be ready over there, John Carl. He likes to go to that far sideline. This time he goes into the middle. Falby pushes it up front. Ely with a chance to kill. Blocked. But it was blocked and it stayed on the other side of the net. 22-12 in favor of Collinsville. Ely and John Carl have a couple of kills here in this game. Ely has a block, so does Luke Geisen. And here is Matthew Falby back to serve. Falby likes to use that far side sideline. Right to the middle it goes. Up front, Granite City pushes it over. Saved into the back by Geisen. Up to brother Luke. Over to Carl, and that is out of bounds. I wasn't sure if it was partially tipped or not. Nope, yeah, that was tipped.
Coach Katie's looking out for him.
Yep, Coach Katie's got it covered over here in the corner. 23-12, Collinsville. Another serve coming up here for Falby. Into the back, Rush picks it up, and almost a little miscommunication there. Got it over in 2, and now, there you go. Jake Wilkinson gets his first kill of the game. 24-12 in favor of Collinsville. Set point coming up for the Kahawks. Nice little gathering of students over there in the student body cheering section.
Yeah.
Rush takes care of it in the middle for Granite City and moved it over again on the second shot. Geisen sets it up for Ely. He's like, get out of my way. That's blocked out of bounds, and Collinsville wins this first game by a score of 25-12, and the Kahawks will see if they can knock them out in 2 in set number 2. Comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition in Pontoon Beach provides complete commercial, industrial, and residential demolition and excavating services. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is family owned and operated by former Kahawks since 1980 and have over 4 decades serving the Metro East. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is your choice for quality and experienced work at a reasonable price. Schaefer's does jobs of any size, whether digging for water and sewer lines, site preparation, or building demolition. Schaefer's can do it all. Schaefer's Excavating and Demolition also sells backfill, topsoil, loam, and other materials. Licensed, bonded, and insured, from earth moving and land clearing to building and demolition and road construction to septic and sewer system work. Call the experienced crew at Schaefer Excavating and Demolition, 618-931-6237.
Looking for good food, good times, and good people? Look no further than the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Just over the bridge from the Kahawk Stadium, Bridge Inn features a friendly and courteous staff that serves up the coldest drinks and the best food in the Metro East. Lunch and dinner is available daily with a breakfast menu every Saturdays and Sunday morning. And don't forget about fantastic fish fry Fridays. Bridge Inn also features pool tournaments on most weekends and a gaming area for the over 21 crowd. Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Check them out at 519 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call for carryout orders at 618-344-3530. The best is yet to come at the Bridge Inn in Caseyville, 618-344-3530. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from other coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahawk Sports Network, as well as the Kahawk Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Edwardsville at 1012 Plummer Drive, or call Jason Regg at 618-307-7048, or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, members SIPC. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Todd Duke, Jenna Scheller back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Kahawks won the first set, 25-12, trying to wrap up and make it an early night here and try to get out here before all this rain comes. It's already wet outside, so it's coming, that's for sure. All right, let's see if Collinsville can indeed take care of this in 2. Collinsville won last year, 25-16 and 27-25 in the second game. Josh Zagorski, who was with the team last year, led the way with 7 kills. in the first matchup, and he had 10 kills in the second matchup. So he had his way with Granite City. We're underway in set number 2. Geisen sets it up for brother Jack. Granite City had an answer. Here is Carnahan. Ooh. Nicely done. He put that in the right spot.
Luke sets our spot on.
Yeah, Luke's good at that setting. That's for sure. Here is Jack Geisen. He'll send the ball over, and it's sent right back over all the way into the back line. That's a way to catch your opponent off guard. Ely shoves it over with a two-hander, and now Granite City goes back to work. Blocked out, nicely done, Carnahan. A kill and a block, all in back-to-back plays.
Stanley's playing really good for his first year.
Yeah, he sure is. He's just one of those athletic kids, though.
Yeah.
That's out of bounds. Collinsville will go up 3-0. Kahok's rattled off 10 straight points in that first set. Already with the first 3 here in this second set. Here's another serve by Jack. Moved up front and barely comes over. It comes over with a spin. How hard is that to handle when that ball spins coming over the net?
It's more the fact that he's just trying to hit it back over on the first ball so it catches him off guard, but that spin does not help either.
Yeah, because when it spins and it hits you, it's going to spin the opposite direction usually. 3-1, Collinsville with the lead. Carl takes care of it, gets it right back. Sends one down. Boy, I tell you what, Carl's got, that kid's got some springs in his legs.
Yeah, he does. And he swings hard, that's for sure. It's coming in hot.
Coming in hot. Already stands at 6 foot, probably jumps up into the air about 10 feet. Falby back to serve now for Collinsville. And into the middle it goes. Picked up there by Stepanek. Moved over here to the near side. Partial block, but it didn't get all the way blocked, and then allowed it to find that empty spot on the floor. 4-2, Collinsville up by 2. Day off for us tomorrow. Kind of glad. Got a soccer match for you Saturday afternoon. Geisen. Wilkinson gets it over. And now Ely. Talk about getting up 10 feet in the air.
His arm straight up in the air without jumping. He's about 10 feet in the
air.
air.
Yeah, probably. I know they heard they scheduled a baseball game for tomorrow against Litchfield. I don't see that happening.
No, yeah.
It's supposed to rain all night. Well, Ely has had 2 serves here tonight, and both of them has resulted in errors. 5-3 in favor of Collinsville. So we get a little bit of a breather tomorrow. I got my wife is doing the American Lung Association Climb for Life in downtown St. Louis, in one of those tall buildings. She's got to go up all the stairs, all the way to the top. So that's in the morning. Then I have the soccer game against Columbia tomorrow or Saturday afternoon, and that was a net violation. And then after all that's said and done, we've got some kind of trivia contest we got to go to in Granite City. I have no idea. I just go
busy tomorrow.
I just go where I'm told. 5-4, 1 point lead belongs to Collinsville. Granite City kind of figured they were going to find a way to come back. Here is Falby up to Luke Geisen, who gets it to Wilkinson, and Wilkinson, that is another, that's a net violation against Granite City, I guess?
Yep.
Okay. And I saw the net move. 6-4 now in favor of Collinsville. Yeah, that's my busy Saturday, so after my normal day job tomorrow, I get no sports. I'll go home and relax.
That's exciting.
Yeah. All right, here is John Carl back to serve. 6-4 in favor of Collinsville. Pop shot in the back. Rush picks it up, sent over to the side, and then sent over. Ely saves it with a nice dig. And then a kill shot over there by Jack Geisen. But Granite City takes care of it. Then a swing and a miss up front by Caden Yarber. And Collinsville will pick up another point, 7-4. Carl back to serve again. He gets it over. Rush kind of didn't really make a decision on which way he wanted to hit that ball at first. Here is Luke Geisen setting it up for Ely. Ely had that way too hard. He was trying to send that ball to the cafeteria through the bleachers. 7-5. Collinsville leads by 2.
That's a hard situation because he can't get over the 10-foot line, but the ball is really far in front of him.
Yeah. That's when you need that vertical leap ability to get on top of the ball and strike it downward. Granite City trying to get it over. They do. Partial block, but Collinsville saves it. Geisen sets it up again for Ely. He'll shove it down the line, and that is in.
Nice.
That was good placement. I know the Granite City player down there thought for a minute it was going to go out of bounds, and then he had to figure out if it was going to be long or short, and it ended up being neither and or. 8
Perfect
to 5.
spot.
Back to serve now. Just entered back into the game, Dominic Vanderite. And he'll pop one right into the middle. Rush takes care of it. Up front it goes, and then Stepanek sends it over. Ely the first to touch it. Luke Geisen over to Jack. Jack off of a partial block up front. That heads
Good.
out of bounds. Another point for Collinsville.
Jack is swinging good tonight. For his first year also, it's insane how many new people they have.
I know. I think they were all out here as fans last year watching and said, you know what, that looks like fun. I want to do that next year. Another serve into the back corner, excuse me, near side corner it goes. Popped up in front, saved by Ely. Geisen sets it up for Carnahan. He'll slap it over with one hand. Rush saves it with one arm on the other side. And then Stepanek takes care of it, and a little mishit and a miscommunication there because Vanderite and Geisen went at the ball at the same time. 9-6 in favor of Collinsville. Falby checks back into the game. Back to serve, Zach Rush, the libero for Granite City, and he serves it into the net. And you get the
Wasn't
coach
too
over
happy.
there on the other side, put both of his hands over his eyes. And,
It's so frustrating.
yeah, just added another couple of gray hairs to old Coach Warren's head. Picked up in the middle. Granite City moves it over to the near side, sends it over to the far side, almost hit Coach Katie over there.
Trying to take her out.
Yeah. 11-6 in favor of Collinsville. Now back to serve is Luke Geisen, the 5'11 senior. Luke sends it up to the near sideline. Picked up by Granite City. One more hit. They'll get it over. Oh, boy.
Whew.
I don't even know how they saved that,
Oh.
but Carnahan said, well, you know what? If it didn't work the first time, I'll do it the
Oh.
second time. But a net violation will give the point to Granite City.
I think there was a couple more than just him in the net.
Yeah. Michael Atkins checks back into the game, and he'll go back to serve. 11-7 in favor of Collinsville. Atkins sends it across. Picked up by Falby in the middle. Geisen to Carnahan. Carnahan tries a kill shot. That's a nice dig over there by Granite City. Granite City gets it across, and a nice dig on the other side there by Luke Geisen. But unfortunately, the dig went the entirely wrong direction. 11-8. Collinsville still out front. Michael Atkins back to serve. The only time Granite City's led here tonight so far has been the 1-0 lead in set number 1. Collinsville then rattled off 10 straight points. Here is Ely. Instead of killing it, he gives it the feather touch. Now back over here to the near side, and that one is out. Collinsville picks up the point. 12-8. Kahawks in the lead as John Carl checks back into the game. And back to serve it up is Jack Geisen. Jack sends it over. Rush from his knees, picks it up. Stays in the middle, poked over. Luke Geisen to Jack.
Ooh.
Over to Ely. Ely.
Oh, nice.
I think the two guys in Granite City thought that was going to come at them at about 100 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and when it came at them at about 20, it kind of fooled them.
Yeah, they didn't know what was going on.
13-8 in favor of Collinsville. Another serve coming up from Jack Geisen. Into the middle, picked up by Rush. He kind of mishit that one, but got saved by his teammates. Carl to Geisen to Ely. Ely with another kill shot. Tyrone Ely with 5 kills here tonight. 14-8 in favor of Collinsville. Kahawks seem to get on a roll when Jack's back here serving.
Yeah, gets a nice top spin.
Yeah. Oh, that one's into the net.
That was my bad.
I had to go and open my mouth, didn't I?
Right.
The old broadcaster jinx. Luke Stepanek back to serve for Granite City. He'll send it over. Carl takes care of it. And Geisen will set it right back up for Carl. He'll send it down the near sideline or far sideline and into the Granite City bench it goes. Much to the dismay of Coach Warren. His body language is just like, oh my God.
Very expressionate. Carl's good at placing his sets over the net. He picks a good spot every time.
Jake Wilkinson checks back into the game. Served by Falby coming up. Into the middle, picked up by Rush. Saved by Atkins, sent over. That was probably going to go out of bounds. Geisen sets it up for Carl once again, and Carl picks up his 4th kill of the night. He and Ely are in a race to see who has more. 16-9, Collinsville out front. Another serve coming up here for Falby. Into the middle, picked up by Rush, taken care of by Atkins, and then pushed across by Nenninger. Ely sets it up, and it's to Wilkinson. Partial block, saved by Collinsville on the other end. Now a setup for Carl, and he gets another one. That's out of bounds, though. Trying to tie Ely with the team lead for kills. Almost had it, just a little bit too strong. Granite City, their turn to serve. Here is John Williams. As Wilbero will head to the bench, and Jaden Moore will check back in. Williams serves. Geisen picks it up, and a setup for Carl, and that one's out of bounds as well. It couldn't have been by much. Hard to see that back line over there from this angle, this far away.
It blends in with the net.
Yeah, especially since they're like gray. Anybody ever think about painting these things white?
My teammates always talk about it, but it's not really up to us, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, and another kill shot right there on that near side sideline by Tyrone Ely.
He's used their blocks just about every single time he's hit.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if he can figure out the serve department. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Ely finally gets one over. Rush takes care of it. Picked up again by Atkins. Shoved across there by Taylor. Now Collinsville with a little no look. And
calling it a lift.
Really?
Yeah.
How did he lift the ball when he was up in the air and just swung his arm and hit it?
I wouldn't have called that one myself. But
yeah. Sometimes I don't see these lifts that these referees see.
No.
I mean, I'm not down there close.
Maybe it's the angle.
Could be. Or my old eyes, one of the two. I do wear glasses, you know.
I do too.
Yeah. It's fun, isn't it?
No.
No. There's a point by Wilkinson. 18-12 now, Collinsville up front.
Matthews' passes have been on tonight, too. They're looking good.
John Carl will come back to serve. Well, that one's into the net. Well, and Ely gets one over. Carl gets one into the net. I guess that's a fair trade-off. Not really. Chris Taylor back to serve now for Granite City, 18-13. Collinsville up by 5. Serve. Falby. Geisen. Over to Jack Geisen. He puts a little touch on it, but Granite City stays with it. And now the Warriors get it over. Saved into the back by Rout. Pushed over on the second try by Geisen. That one's a little bit, lucky to got that one over. Here is Geisen setting it up for Wilkinson. Wilkinson off of a block out front. That one ends up off of a body and down onto the ground. 19-13 in favor of Collinsville as Stanley Carnahan and Dominic Vanderite come back into the game. Vanderite back to serve. Pops one up, and it's picked up back into the back by Taylor. Moved over here to the near side. And Collinsville takes care of it. Geisen to Geisen, and a whistle on the play. A double hit by Collinsville. See, I don't see those either.
That one maybe, but they're really on him tonight. Not letting him get away with too much.
Falby checks back into the game. 19-14. Kahok still have a 5-point lead. And Rush is ready to hand the ball off to somebody to serve, and it's his turn. Rush sends it over into the back. Rauch off of the biceps. Takes care of it. Geisen to Geisen. He'll push it over from the out-of-bounds side. And now Granite City trying to go back to work, but a miss hit in midair there by Stepanek will give Collinsville the all-important 20th point. Once you get that 20th point, you know you're close.
Yeah, it's a good motivation.
Here is Luke Geisen to serve. He'll send it over to Rush. Rush pops it straight up. Lakin takes care of it, and now a double hit by Granite City will give Collinsville point number 21.
Those float serves are hard to get a good pass off of.
Luke Geisen once again. He serves it up, and once again it's Rush that takes it. Near sideline, sent over. Into the back, Rauch takes it. Luke Geisen over to Ely. That's almost out of bounds. Nice job by Ely to save that ball. And Geisen over on the other side.
Nice.
Jack picks up his first kill of the night. 22-14 as brother Luke back to serve it up once again. And Rush, who stays busy. I don't know what she said, but it was funny.
You can do this, buddy.
There is another try by Geisen, and that one falls in as well. That was partially blocked by Granite City over on that far sideline, but it just rolled right down the body there of Caden Yarber. And Collinsville 2 points away from wrapping up an early night here at Virgil Fletcher. There is Luke Geisen again with a serve. Picked up into the back. And a setup coming on the near sideline. Sent over. Rauch picks it up in the middle. Now Luke Geisen over to Falby. It was a little miscommunication as to who was going to get that ball. And a setup coming up here. Granite City sends it over. Rauch saves it in the back. Luke Geisen over to brother Jack, and he'll just send one over off some fingertips. And we have a net violation against Granite City, and Collinsville 1 point away from wrapping up the home opener.
Jack's really feeling it right now. You can
Sure
tell
is.
with his body language.
Luke Geisen sends it over. Rush picks it up. Into the back it stays. Now over here for Stepanek. He'll send it over for Rauch on the near side. Rush setting it up. There you go. Ely sends it over, and having a little trouble in front of the net was John Williams. And it rolls down his body, and Collinsville pulls out a straight set sweep. 25-12 the first game, 25-14 in the second game. Jenna Scheller, thank you very much for showing up. I'll let you know when the next game is here, and we'll get together again. Thank you. All right, that is Jenna Scheller. My name is Todd Duke. We're going to take a break, hopefully talk things over with one of the assistant coaches after a brief timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Are you looking to update the appeal of your home's interior? Look no further than Hayden Interiors, LLC. Hayden Interiors, LLC is owned and operated by former Kahok graduate Nick Hayden. Hayden Interiors, LLC will help you get that new look that you want for your home. Flooring, baseboards, doorways, as well as interior renovations or interior additions, kitchen, living room, bedroom, hallways, basements, stairways. Let Hayden Interior LLC help you find the look that you want. Call Nick Hayden today at Hayden Interiors LLC, 618-772-6790 for your free estimate. Hayden Interiors LLC, on budget, on time, every time. That's Hayden Interiors LLC. Call Nick at 618-772-6790. Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. The varsity team victorious here tonight, 25-12 in the first set, 25-14 in the second set. JV team, they were very competitive but couldn't pull it out. They lost 25-22 and 25-20. And joining us now is Brenna Swartz, the JV head coach and the assistant on the varsity side. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to think of a hard question to ask you because you're like up here worried I'm going to ask you something hard. What is the square root of, no, never mind.
Oh my gosh,
don't even. I wouldn't even know the answer to that one because I think that's algebra is like a foreign language to me.
Yeah.
All right, let's touch on your JV squad first. I know you guys had a rough night last night in Jackson, Missouri against Saxony. I don't know the scores, but things looked a little bit better here tonight from what I can tell. It's just score-wise. You guys were down 23-17, almost came back and won that first match.
Yeah. This is there's a lot of new players, and there's a lot of freshmen, and everything is relatively new, and we're only about 3 weeks into the season. So we have progressed very far from day one, and we've still got a long road ahead of us, but I think everything's looking up. It's looking good.
You're also the JV coach on the girls' side of volleyball, too, and one of the assistants for Coach Katie, who does a great job down there, by the way.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is the fundamental difference besides, one's a boys and one's girls, between coaching the boys' team as opposed to coaching the girls' team? I pulled that hard question out, didn't I?
There it is. I'm coaching-wise and like fundamentals and basics, it's pretty much the same thing. Really, the only difference is the height of the net.
Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, guys' net is a lot higher.
Really?
Well, not a lot, but enough to where it affects a girls can play on it.
See, I learned something new every day. Besides the fact that the guys, I'm guessing, are just more athletic because they're, guys.
That's debatable.
I hear you. All right, so let's talk about this varsity game that just ended. Man, Granite City gets the first point of the night, and Collinsville never trailed after that. They tied it up 1-1, 10 straight points. How cool is that as a coach when you get to watch something like that happen?
It feels like a big accomplishment, and I hope the kids feel it too.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about the makeup of this year's team, because not only do you have new faces on the JV side, there's tons of new faces on the varsity side. It's like all these guys that were here as students last year watching in the stands was like, you know what, that looks like fun. I think I want to do that. So tell me how the transition between a fan and now playing and how hard that might be to coach.
Volleyball in general is a very mentally tough sport. If you're not mentally tough, you're going to struggle. And so that's a big thing that we work on with them, and we have a lot of conversations, and we go into detail about explaining things.
What? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. A lot of these guys are really tall too. So does height and a plethora of height, is it easy to translate into wins, or is that not easier said than done?
You need a little bit of everything. You need height, you need to be athletic, you need coordination. There's so many different factors that go into it. But with all these new kids, and it's a relatively new program still. I think this is, our fourth year?
Yeah, but only second year playing competitively.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And second year with a JV and varsity team. So it's just new program, and we had to start somewhere, and now we're slowly gaining momentum behind
Gaining
that.
momentum. It's nice to see. All right, so what do you think would be the focus on the next practice? What do you guys need to work on?
Communication.
I didn't hear a lot of that down there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't hear a lot of that down there in the JV game either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Communication and moving our feet. And once we get those two things consistent, I think everything else will fall in place.
Thank you, my dear. Appreciate the visit.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you again.
Okay.
All right, that is Brenna Swartz, one of the assistants on the JV or on the varsity side, and the head coach of the JVers. And mixed bag tonight. JV drops 2, and varsity they pick up 2. So that's going to do it for us tonight. We're back at you Saturday afternoon across the way at Kahok Stadium. 1:30 contest. Girls soccer. Your Collinsville Kahawks taking on the Columbia Eagles. A big thank you to Jenna Scheller joining us as a color commentator tonight. Another big thank you to head coach Mike Nichols for joining us on the pregame show. And another big thank you to Brenna Swartz joining us on the postgame show. My name is Todd Duke, and until Saturday afternoon, everybody have a great rest of your night and enjoy your Friday.